Are you ready for the heavyweight championship of the world? Are you ready?
Hey, welcome to And in This Corner, bringing you another episode of Unanimous Decision. And today, who we talking to, Bill?
Hey, you heard what he said, another episode of Unanimous Decision. That's our exclusive interview series. And today, we're bringing you a member of one of the greatest male R&B groups of all time. We have Treston Irby of Hi-Five.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, here we go. We got Treston. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, brother? How you doing, bro?
I can't complain. We want to welcome you to the show. Welcome you to And in This Corner. And Barry?
Thanks for having me, man.
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
I grew up on your music, so did Bill. So it's time to step into the ring.
All right, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. Let's
do it. Let's do it. Let's have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
Man, we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna have a blast,
regardless of what we talked about behind the scenes.
By the way, all that's making its way to the interview. So
yeah.
We're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through a plethora of different ranges of emotions today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Treston, let's start from the beginning. What's your earliest memory of you knowing that you can sing?
Wow. You know what I had mentioned in the book. You ever seen when you ever watch Eddie Murphy Raw, and where he got up in the beginning, and he was the little boy. Yeah. He got up in front of
kicked him in the ding ding.
So yeah. It was like that for me one day. You know, okay. Christmas, man. I had my first record player, man, and that's when I thought that I was singing. You know, and that's the first time I could remember me, you know, really singing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You remember what age this was?
I want to say like around 8, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
7, 8 years old. I was still in Bronxdale, so I want to say like 7, 8 years old when that happened. And yeah, man, I didn't take it that serious neither, but I knew I had something going on because the way my family reacted, you know. So I was like okay,
like the Raw, like that boy.
That boy can sing. You know?
Did it come out like did you know, a lot of singers, you know, background and came out of the church. So are you similar? Did you come out church as well?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the first person that I could remember like really singing was my grandfather. I talked about that in the book too. How, you know, I remember seeing him in church and he was in the choir with my grandmother and stuff. So that was like the first person that I knew that could sing was my grandfather. He was a baritone. So he used to sing all the low parts in the choir and stuff. So I remember that. But yeah, man, without a doubt. So then like I had joined the junior choir, and then I started playing drums. And then that's pretty much how that started. But it was cool though. You know what I mean? It was like I didn't even know where it was taking me or anything like that. I was so young, you know, so I didn't even know the word talent. I didn't think it was talent or anything like that. It was just something that I like to do, you know what I mean? And like I said, I didn't even take it that serious, man. I didn't even after the show. In the house.
Did you mimic? I'm sorry, Barry.
No, you good.
Did you mimic, you know, as you started to mature, your voice started maturing, you started to come of age in the singing. Did you start to mimic or, you know, try to imitate singers coming up or a certain singer or anybody's style?
I just try to sing the songs that I like, you know, that was on the radio at the time. You know, I would try to sing them songs like Bill Withers. Magic Man. That was my favorite song. I'm your magic man.
Magic Man. Mm-hmm.
Let my magic hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was the song that I sang. So yeah, it was like that. But I never really. Once again, I was young. Like I never really. It didn't hit me. I didn't get the bug yet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get that bug yet. So when I got the bug, which was I talked about in the book, it was in junior high school. Mm-hmm. That's when I got the bug.
Mm-hmm. But you being in New York, and you know, we had guys, Stevie D from Force MDs on not too long ago, and you know, you guys had so much music around in New York. You said from the Bronx, right?
Right.
Okay. Did you hear or see any of those guys coming up?
I was a Force MD fan, first of all.
Gotta be a fan.
I mean, Tender Love and man, all the songs. Love Is a House.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to come on, man. That was like the first R&B hip hop type, you know, male singing group. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, man, hell yeah, yo. You know, I didn't know him personally, but now, you know, I call him Uncle Steve and all that. They're my uncles, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's funny that I used to listen to them. I used to listen to them and mimic them. Yeah. When I got to that age and wanted to sing like them and stuff like that. Now I could pick up the phone and I could call them. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, Uncle Steve, what's going on? You know, and holler at him and stuff like that. Rest in peace to TC and Mercury and Trisco.
Yeah.
The cool part is it sounds like you never, at least from 8 to like your maybe teenage years, it doesn't sound like you really had a pulse on where the music could take you. Now, where do you go from that to ultimately, you know, being a new addition to one of the iconic R&B acts of the 90s?
I mean, with that, man. We have to fast forward, you know what I'm saying? Because there was so much that happened before. There was so much that happened between that time. Okay. You know, before I got to HiFive, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to singing and stuff like that we could talk about, like, you know, military school, you know, going to military school, and everybody thought I wanted to be on a football team or basketball team, you know what I'm saying? That's my pigmentation and stuff. I didn't want to do none of that. I wanted to choir, you know what I'm saying? Got choir up in this piece, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know, it was like that, man. And that, and then leaving and going to Stevenson High School in the Bronx and singing in the gospel chorus there. Okay. Even before that, before military school, I did a show like in junior high school. And I did a song called Matilda, which you remember going to school and, you know, they went to a little assembly and stuff like that. You had that one show or that one classmate that went up there and ripped it. You know, everybody agreed with it.
That was you?
Yeah, that was you?
Best time. I was that dude. I was that dude that year, you know.
Okay.
Like the best time for everybody. It was the next day, you know, it's the best time when the next day comes. Everybody, I wasn't doing no work, no homework. Everybody wanted to take pictures and stuff, you know. But that's when I got addicted, though.
Okay.
That's when I got addicted to the fame and the crowds and the screams and stuff like that. And I wanted that. I wanted to have that feeling.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Was that moment? Was that moment for you? Okay. All right.
That was the moment.
That was the moment.
So how does the addiction drive you to like ultimately getting FaceTime with people connected to the HiFive camp? Or
it was a blessing. First off, you know what I'm saying? It was a blessing how I got in the group, you know. I discussed this in a book too, how the management came and seen me singing in Stevenson and hollered at me the next, you know, couple of days later, and then 2 weeks later, you know, I'm in Waco, Texas, you know, get ready to practice with the guys for the first time, man. And it was cool. you know, meeting the guys for the first time, me coming from New York, the Bronx, and they in Waco, Texas and stuff like that. So, you know, they got that country twang going on. I got the, you know, I got the up north going on. So we had a little barrier, you know, when it comes to how we talk and stuff like that. It was hard to understand them, you know. But as I stayed with them, it got easier and easier. And I found myself freaking talking like them.
Yeah. when in Rome, was it just the slang, or were there other growing pains or culture clashes?
Nah, it was just like the slang, really. You know what I'm saying? It was just the slang, and you know, they got that Southern Texas, you know, accent, you know, back then, and it was like, you know, it was hard to understand. You know, rest in peace to my man Pooh. Pooh, he had, man. If you didn't know, you just didn't know. You know, so after years, you know, I began to understand more than, you know, than he could. You know, when he was talking, I was understanding more to the point where I understood what he was saying. But at first, I was like, huh? What?
I have to write this down.
Yeah, man. I was like, what you say? Oh, okay. We'll figure it out.
And but like I said,
after years went by, though, it was like second nature. You know what I'm saying? I started, you know, we you know, we was vibing, man. It was dope.
Yeah.
So where did they have you guys located? Because you went down to Waco. How long were you in Waco? Did you guys you went down there just to audition with them?
I moved out there, yo. They freaking moved me out there to Hewitt, Texas, a place right outside of Waco. I lived in Hewitt, Texas. Yeah, man, I was out there for I was out there maybe, I don't know, maybe like 3 years probably until we took off. Right? I mean, till we wasn't really home. You know, we was out on the road a lot. So you know, but I was there though. I was there, man.
Okay.
You know,
one of my coworkers, he played college ball over at Paul Quinn.
Paul Quinn.
Yeah, Paul Quinn. So he said he heard about HiFive early on. You know, they was getting their buzz.
Right.
So he was. I was talking to him one day, and he was talking about how it was down at Paul Quinn. So he's like, man, the boys coming. It's like they was coming. So that's pretty dope. So HiFive was already established. So the first album was already done prior to you coming on, correct? Okay. What was your at what moment did you realize and you say to yourself, I'm really sitting here, I'm in HiFive. Like coming out that first album, we're talking about success.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I helped promote the first album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did all the shows, sang all the songs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I helped promote the first album. I just wasn't on the cover and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But as for helping the record sell, I was on the road with them. I did all the interviews with them. I was a part of it. You know, the record company did it in a good, in a strategic way. How they slid me in.
Okay.
You know, it didn't bring too much ruckus. You know what I'm saying? It didn't bring too much confusion. They was very strategic, and but yeah, I came in. I did my part. Did what I was supposed to do. Played my role, and went for the ride because this is something that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just coming in, you gotta chill out.
So they transitioned. They had a plan to transition you in.
It felt like the record company had a plan. The way they did it, you know, it was a fact. I mean, it happened overnight. But you know, for them to make that decision, pretty much that they needed. You know, they didn't have too much time to prepare. So, kudos to the big ones over at Jive, man, who strategically figured out how to bring a new face on board, you know?
And market the group is in general. So when you talk about Jive and their strategy, I felt like you guys always draw comparisons with New Edition. And I think like the same way Ralph's voice complements Johnny's, vice versa. I feel like it's the same combination when it's your voice with Tony T. It's a great compliment. So
it's definitely I think they looked at that too, and they even looked at like Michael and Michael and Jermaine. You know what I'm saying? So it's always been that type of, you know, when you look at quintets or, you know, anything like that, it's always been like that, you know, since the wee hours. You go back to the Temptations, you know, the Dells, you know, it's always been like that, you know. So that part was nothing new. But yeah, they capitalized on that, and so the music we doing now, the new stuff, we kind of changed that formula a little bit, you know.
How so?
How so? Oh well, I put two guys in the group. They've been with us for like 9 years now. You know, shout out to Billy and Farouk. Vocally, they are they are on my top list of male vocalists. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you before it was like it would be me and Tone or something like that, you know. This go round is more like I got Billy and Farouk up in the front. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just coming in here and there, you know. And then we got Mac and Gil holding it down, you know, doing what they do, and it works. You know, the formula works. You know, it's a little bit of a change, but it's being well liked, well received. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Being in especially in a group from the 90s, I would say a lot of members are individually talented singers, right? In that era, because everybody had to sing. You can't come in half stepping. You can't come in, you know, being what we call a studio singer. You had to be able to sing. How was that itch to man? I want to be lead a few times, or I want to let me be the lead on this song. You know, how is that itch for not just say for you, but just as an artist in a group?
I mean, you know, the way we do it, we go, you know, at first, I mean, I walked in knowing what it was, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bronx. I walked in knowing what it was, man. I see, you know, I know how they, you know, that they built the group around Tony, you know what I'm saying? And I'm cool with that. You know, I knew that I was going to be doing greater things later. You know what I'm saying? So I played my role. You know, I did what and back then it was different. The industry was different back then than it is now. You know, we were more like you're told what to do and that's it. Yeah. You know, you pretty much do it. And that's it. You ask questions later, and if you did ask a lot of questions, you're the problem child. Yeah, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it was back in the day. You know, but you know, now when we record, it's just what fits the voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who got the right voice for it? Who got the right feel for it? And that's it. And for me, I do so much other shit. You know what I'm saying? In the group, that for me to make sure that I'm the upfront man, that's not my thing. If I hear a song though that fits my voice and my style and all that, then, you know,
let me get that.
But for the most part though, especially now at this age and all that, I just want the good music to go to be produced, and I'm not really like, oh, I gotta have 8 songs on this leading and stuff like that, because there's just so much that I do behind the scenes that, you know, I'm cool with, getting the verse and some ad libs. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. I'm running so much. I got so much going on a positive level that for me to worry about how many songs I lead, that's immaturity. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And when Treston, when I listen to you and when I look at your background, I'm writing books. Also, to have the discipline and the maturity enough to understand the right voices need to be on the right records, and also understanding the importance of being like the work that goes in behind the scenes. It does sound like you're like a student to some of like the collabs you've done within the past. I'm gonna mention a couple of names, that you guys were fortunate enough to kind of work with. Well, with HiFive, I know on that first album they worked with Teddy Riley. You said the first album was already cut. Second album, you work with R. Kelly. Third album, Dallas Austin makes an appearance. And if we're using a time machine, I'm kind of dismissing what's going on present day, but if we're using a time machine, those producers were iconic in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Were there any like I would say good habits you picked up from being in the studio with some of those guys?
Yeah, everybody had their own way of doing things. Mm-hmm. So you could pick up something for everybody, man. And then make it your own. Mm-hmm. To be able to sit down and watch Rob work, R. Kelly, mm-hmm. Back then too, like, what I'm saying? He was kind of like still fresh, a little wet behind the ear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he worked with us, we was his first act that he produced.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Technically, no. all of the names that I named were technically fresh at the time. Like these weren't. Right. They ended up going on to be great producers, but they got Teddy early. You guys got Rob early, and then Dallas was still kind of fresh. So Jive just knew how to pick the right producer.
Yeah, well, Teddy was signed to Zomba, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's after Uptown. That's
in-house and all that too. Yeah. But yeah, mm-hmm. man, I mean, Jive knew what they was doing, man.
Yeah.
Jive was. I talked about this in the book. If there was anything that I could have done different, if there was anything that I could have done different, I wish that we would have stayed on Jive Records, man.
They had the formula for boy bands. Like even
they had the formula, man. I mean, they had the formula.
NSYNC was Jive, wasn't they?
We was before NSYNC. They got their formula. They got their from
y'all, right?
They got the NSYNC formula from us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. They said, well, damn. Okay, well, we did this with HiFive boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if we grab some other cats of a different pigmentation, you know what I'm saying?
They kept the same producers and writers too. Like a lot of the producers and writers on your third album are showing up on Backstreet Boy albums,
Come on, man. I'm just saying, people, we HiFive did our part, man, in the industry, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely we definitely contributed,
no doubt,
to music, man.
And I'm glad you said that, because when we talk about the 90s, right? And that's, for me, that's the hierarchy. That's where the best, in my own opinion, that was the best R&B music for me. That's just for me, right?
Right. For me too, man.
Okay, so for you too, and I'll go ahead and say for Barry as well. I'll say for Barry as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So so HiFive, Mint Condition, Silk, H-Town, Jodeci, Boyz II Men, right? All these groups are 90s. What made HiFive stand out from your contemporaries?
It's easy. Well, outside of Boyz II Men, we were pop. We were a pop group. Mm. Like, there's no other. Like, when you listen to the list, it's hard for it. Some of them can't do shows with NSYNC and Backstreet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? because it wouldn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, different types of genres, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So HiFive was able to be able to cross over and could play two different markets. We would do a show with Vanilla Ice and Sir Mix-a-Lot. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, with the Jets, groups like that,
yes.
And certain groups that you name, it wouldn't go together to put them them in the same show. So I think that's the difference, Yeah. Jive was able to cross us over to a point where, we can do an all R&B show, or we could do a variety top 40 show.
Yeah. If I'm just thinking about certain, I'm thinking about certain songs.
Some of them can't play Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. And that's the way the music lives on the radio too. It could be on the R&B mix, it could be on a slow jam mix, it could be on an old school mix. It transcends different genres.
It's gonna be on the mix, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I don't care what mix it's gonna be on, but HiFive gonna be on the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I'm just thankful and to be able to have songs that allow us to play different audiences.
Yeah.
Like we got a show with Boyz II Men on the 30th of July. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in Thunder Valley, Sacramento. We down there. We there with the band and all that. So it's cool, man. It's really cool, man.
You mentioned you grew up listening to Stevie D and Force MDs, and then now you're doing shows with Boyz II Men. So it sounds like there's connectivity when it comes to boy groups of the 90s and 80s. I mean, is that the case? Because I'm hearing all these this connectivity. Do you have like a nice relationship with a lot of your?
Yeah, man. We all cool. We all one family, man. It's friendly competition always. Because you want to make sure you do your best. But we family, man. All the R&B guys are family, man. We just when we see each other, we happy to see each other. We happy to be performing and doing the things that we love to do. So yeah, man. Uncle Steve and those that's family, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely family, man. I love them guys, and we done a lot of shows with them, and and we break bread, we eat, we hang out. It ain't just the music thing. I hang out with them cats. I'm hung out with them on numerous occasions.
But you know what, Treston? Every interview we've had from the Men at Large, Troop, Joe and Rube, everybody we've talked to, Jermaine from To the Extreme, everybody we've talked to, everybody has said nothing but great things about everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's true. It is a true brotherhood.
Yeah. Camaraderie and all that.
Yeah. Man.
Like I haven't, and I sometimes you can kind of pick up a sense of people may not be telling the truth on certain things. Right. Everybody is saying the exact same thing from separate groups.
Yeah.
Man, and like Barry said, man, you guys are all crossing over because I know I believe it was, I can't remember. One of the other guys said, "Oh yeah, we're getting ready to do a show with After 7." And then I pop up and I see they did a show with Troop, and everybody's just y'all all together, man. Like that, the music is timeless. I guess that's
it's cool, man. It's cool. Like it's funny because when I'm backstage and I see all the fellas, I go back into time and I think about how Donny Hathaway, when they was doing shows with other artists, how they may have been, what I'm saying? It's like, not every, even back then, although you watch TV, everything is in black and white, but in real life it's in color. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm backstage and I'm chilling with with other artists, I'll be like, damn, I'll be thinking about like, how, probably how Stevie Wonder was backstage when when I don't know when the Temptations was there. You know how they was probably just kicking it like the way we kick
the same
it. You know
way
what I'm
y'all
saying?
kicking it now. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy.
It comes
crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
be thinking about that shit all the time. I'll be like, damn, I wanna. Man, they probably was doing that. Then when we get on the planes, you know how we get on the planes. Sometimes we get on the planes together. You know, to go to the next city, or whatever. I think about that, like how other artists back in the day, how they probably got on the same planes and went to the next city and stuff like that. So yeah.
The advantage when it comes to you guys having such a close connection is you guys could learn from each other's mistakes. So we always hear horror stories in the music industry, like New Edition situation, where they were cheated out of riches because, they were young kids who were dealt, unfair contracts. Were you guys able to sidestep a lot of those,
Hell no. Yo, we got caught up. Yeah. We got caught, man. Yeah, we got. But that was what was going on.
It was industry norm. Yeah,
that was the norm.
Yeah,
that was the norm. You couldn't get away with that shit with that stuff now. You couldn't get away with it now. There's no way.
It's
everybody's coming
now,
to the table. But artists are coming to the table different. You understand what I'm saying?
A lot of that is because you guys are putting them up on game. Like, they're kind of learning from
they learn from the mistakes that we did and learn what not to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they come in the game different. They come in the game ready. And that's always how I felt since us, Yeah. And then when social media came in about, that changed the whole game too. Then it's like, our age group, they really don't be on social media like that. So it's like you got to figure out ways. You got to figure out ways to tap in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Ways to get sales. Ways to make money. Because just face it, some of our people are of our age are setting their ways, and some may not want to learn the new technology and stuff like that. So, it's hard to. You got to find other ways to reaching out because they don't have publications, that much where magazines are interviewing you and you can pick up a magazine like Right On, Word Up, Black Beat, magazines like that. Ebony, you can't do that unless they got somewhere. I know Sister to Sister. I think they got theirs electronically. You know what I'm saying? But it's still not the same as holding it in your hand and reading it on the train and taking out the poster and putting the posters on your wall.
As a fan, I get to go skip the middleman. I'm going to the direct source. Yeah. Treston, tell me where you performing this weekend. Tell me when the book is coming out. Yeah, all that stuff too. All that stuff too matters, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That makes or break you.
Just being able to reach, like you said, being able to reach out and say, "Hey, mind having an interview with some?"
Yeah. I mean, shit, it worked, right?
Yeah, man. Hey.
It's a different day and age now.
Yeah, man. I could throw 100 rocks. One may hit, so
that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Then that's that one may be the
got one.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. I mean,
were there any? Like you said, you guys had Dallas. You guys had, Kels. You guys had Teddy. Y'all had some big wigs. Were there any others that you wanted to collaborate with that you didn't get a chance to, either artists or other groups or singers or anybody that you probably wanted to?
Man, there's so many, man. There's so many, man. I can't even begin to start naming people. There's so many people there. But once again, they wasn't really doing too many collaborations back in the day.
They weren't. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That didn't come till later. You know what I'm saying?
What about producers?
We was the first for a lot.
Yeah. Look at your label mates. You could have had joint, features on who was it, Jive?
Backstreet.
Yeah, I think was Janet on Jive?
Janet was on RCA, I think, but we was on Jive RCA. No, she was on Epic, was it?
No, she was on Virgin.
Okay.
Yeah. But y'all had a lot of Jive folks on there.
Like I had some Jive.
Anything connected to Teddy Riley. So yeah.
Well, what about producers? Face, Babyface, or any product?
Man, we would love to. Yeah, man, Babyface without a doubt.
Yeah, he would have did magic with your voice, like
Babyface.
Yeah.
Devontae back in the day would have been dope.
I think he worked on one of the third album or something. Did he not?
He worked on. He worked on. I'll Be Your Slave. He worked on Tony's album.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, he worked on Tony's album. Yeah. So I mean, there was a lot of producers, man. There was a lot of. I wish you could have did a song with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? That would have been dope. You know, but I can see that. Back in those days, it was different, though. You know, it wasn't the norm.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
for R&B especially, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. What as far as you personally, just you personally, what do you feel is your biggest contribution to the music industry?
Besides Kissing Game. I think our biggest contribution, I think it didn't really come yet. Our biggest contribution didn't happen yet.
Okay.
I believe that I still got more.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, and it's going to play out over the years coming, you know, to really be able to answer that question, you know. But I could definitely say that, you know, we definitely contributed something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That people can't forget about, you know, 4 guys from Waco, Texas, and 1 from the Bronx.
To
come together, do a song, you know, and put out hits, you know, like She's Playing Hard to Get. Can't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Quality Time. You can't forget about that. Never Should Let You Go. You can't forget about that.
Yeah.
Unconditional Love. You can't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? So
it was funny because Barry and I was
contribution right now was good music.
Barry and I was just talking about Never Should Let You Go.
Yes.
That's one of my that's one of the ones to me.
I edit a lot, and whenever I edit, I have these headphones on. I probably listen. Like my 2 favorite is that, and also I like She's Playing Hard to Get. That's so I know a lot of people gravitate towards Kissing Game, but She's Playing Hard to Get, just it's that funk for me. But like I would say, you mentioned you know, your greatest contribution hasn't come yet, and you said for me the cool part is that folks have to read about what you guys have done. They could go do a Google search. They could check out old YouTube videos. In some cases, they could read a book, because I think you did a good job of actually documenting, you know, some of your personal history. And I think a lot of people could pull something from it. Let me ask you a question. So you have a new book, Hiatus. It's titled Hiatus. What can fans find out about yourself as well as HiFive in your book that they don't already know?
A lot of things, man. A lot of things, you know, when you think of the word hiatus, everybody know what a hiatus is. You know, what could possibly go down during a hiatus? You know what I'm saying? An untimely hiatus at that. Yeah. You know, because the hiatus came, nobody was prepared for it. You know, it just kind of like happened, and once that happened, then you had to, like, you know, you seen number 1s and top 10s and travel the world. Now all of that stuff just stops. Yeah. You know, it plays a part on somebody's mentality. Excuse me, brother.
Are you good?
It plays a part on somebody's mentality. I speak a lot about mental health, because I'm you know, I don't like to say victim, but I deal with mental health situations. Yeah. But you know, through the grace of God, I'm working it all out still. Coming into the industry at a young age, man, you know, it has its goods and its bads too, you know. And you know, if things go different, than what you expect it to go, it could be kind of tough, man. You know, and my book kind of touches that. It was kind of tough for me. It was tough, man. I had to do some things that I had to do some things to survive. Some things that I may not have been happy about. Some things that I know that I had to go through it to be the man that I am today. To be able to talk to people, the youngins, and let my story help somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially my peers or anybody, that found themselves on top of the world, and then next thing you know it, the rug got pulled from underneath their feet, and how difficult it is to bounce back. And that's pretty much what the book is about too. How difficult it was to bounce back, and God's grace and mercy on my life, is also not just my life, but don't take advantage of God's grace and mercy on your lives. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the message of the book, because there's a lot of sticky situations that I know it was nothing but God that got me through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I wrote the book, man, not to offend nobody, not to hurt nobody. It's my truth. Everything I wrote in the book is was meant to attack I was attacking myself. I wasn't attacking nobody. And I say attacking myself is just meaning putting out there the things that I was hiding, mm-hmm. that I was dealing with. And it's like, once again, I didn't know that I had a mental situation going down until, maybe the past, maybe 5 years. I didn't know that I had something going on from back in the day. I just learned that out within the past 5 years. So I'm still working through that. Yeah. And let people know it's okay, for people to talk to somebody professional. Some people like, oh, all you need is God. Yeah, no disrespect to God, but you're of the flesh too.
More than that. Yeah.
And it's okay to seek professional help because God gave them their talent. So, you know what I'm saying? You bless them with the ability to do what they do, meaning therapists, Mm-hmm. And I'm here to say that it's okay, especially for all men, but Black men especially. It's okay to talk to somebody, and it's okay when you hurt. We always told not to show it and stuff like that. But if you don't let it out and it stays in you, it could damage you too, in that way too. So it's mm-hmm. It's a give and take situation, Yeah. And writing the book was very difficult. It was easy to write the book to a point, but when it got to times where I had to relive stuff and then rewrite it, it became difficult. And once again, writing a book where it's like you don't want to. You got to watch what you say because you know that your truth is somebody else's truth too. So, and I thought that I think that I covered that, that basis where it's like, I'm not bashing nobody and anything of that nature, but I'm telling the story in the most truthful way that I possibly can,
So not to cut you off, but
no, you good.
Was it therapeutic for you to get it out?
A little bit, but I think to answer that question more will be after Hiatus 2. Then I got everything out.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Then I got everything out. Okay. I still didn't get everything out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was just like the first half of the first part of my life. Like, what I'm saying? Hiatus 2 talks about the past 10, 11 years.
So I do
Gotcha.
think, yeah, I
Gotcha.
do think it's a start. And I just think most people coming from that era, like you mentioned, how it's like a culture shift where some of the older R&B acts aren't really on social media. It's the same thing about being transparent, because social media didn't exist for you guys back then too. A lot of people don't want to open themselves up like that. So the fact that you're doing it through books, I feel like it's responsible. And I mean, if everything that you're saying is consistent with what we could read, I think it's very responsible. I think a lot of people could learn from it. So I just want to commend you on that.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
No,
man.
definitely,
Thanks.
definitely.
I
Definitely.
appreciate that.
And tell everybody where they can find your book.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me my 45 minutes is up already?
No. I want to give everybody enough.
Nah, I play with y'all.
No, I want to give everybody, you know.
We'll drop it. We'll drop it.
No, drop it definitely.
Yeah.
No, bro, brother, we're flowing.
Yeah,
what's all good? You can get it on Amazon. The book is on Amazon.
Okay.
And it's on Kindle, ebooks, and then you can order yourself a paperback, and it's all there, man. Read what everybody's talking about, man. Everybody's talking about this book, man. Everybody's talking about it. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from it, where they like the way it was written, because I kind of did it like in my own voice, like, you know what I'm saying? So like when you read it, you speaking like me in it. It's kind of chill how I did it, I put a lot of thought into it.
Okay.
I
got a kind of
I got one after you, Bill.
You got a question? Okay, I got a kind of a question for you. I got you have a chance to make one hit and one hit only, right? One song, and it's gonna be one song, one hit, right? And I got 3 doors, and you only could go through one of the doors. Door number 1 is Teddy. Door number 2 is Babyface. And I'll say door number 3 would be, I give you Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Those are your 3 doors, but you only could go through one of those doors. What door are you walking in?
Teddy.
I'm about to say, you got
Why Teddy?
History's there too.
I just think that for what HiFive do best, we got the formula.
Mm-hmm. And he's also the only one from New York out of that trio.
I think that's the whole.
You gotta support his home team.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, though. I think he got the formula. Whether it's a ballad, whether it's up tempo, mid tempo, I think that I believe he has the formula for HiFive.
I would agree that he fits y'all sound the best too.
Right. Right.
I got one, and I'm not gonna let you say no comment. So if you could just do me the honors and not say no comment. So you mentioned that it's all brotherhood. So I'm pretty sure none of your brothers are gonna look at you with any like look at this comment as disrespectful. But
let me find out. I know to answer the question.
I got you. So you're on stage, and you mentioned you get a chance to tour with some of the Boyz II Men. You mentioned Uncle Steve, all of those guys.
I know you. Going.
Who is now? Actually, I'm gonna ask, when you guys are all on the stage and these are your counterparts. You didn't mention all of their names, so I'm just assuming acts from the '90s. Who are you guys? Is there anyone that you worried about following up, like going up behind them?
Nah, man. We do what we do. We do what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We do what we do. I don't sleep on my brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We do what we do, man. Everybody do what they do. And HiFive does what we do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't try to do what other cats do.
I wouldn't respect you if you answered that any other way.
Hey man, you got to bet on. Hey, I like me over everybody, basically. I love y'all, man. But I got to bet on me. Yeah.
The beautiful part is, you guys. I feel like you guys have kind of graduated to. It's officially a timeless record. Like I work with kids in high school. Bill works in the school system, and no matter how old a kid is, for some reason they know the music. They may not be able to name every member. Sometimes they may not be able to name who produced it or even the singer. They will be able, they know your records. Like it's gonna be like 3 or 4 songs we bring up, and they gonna know two or all of the above. So I said you guys are officially timeless, and the beautiful part is that we could still pay a ticket to see you guys today. And it's like, hey, you guys are still at full capacity. So to keep up with you, thank you. To keep up with you guys, when it comes to social medias on how to keep up with you personally as well as the group, what's the best place our fans can follow you guys?
Instagram, definitely. Instagram, Treston Irby Hi-Five on Instagram, and official Hi-Five on Instagram, and official Hi-Five on Facebook as well. My Facebook is at its limit. So
go ahead and set up a page, man.
And it's at its limit, and it's private. You know
sorry.
I think I got in. I got in.
You got in. I think you got to be lucky, man. People. Hey, the list is long, man. The list is long.
Yeah, man. That's cool that you keeping boundaries, though. I think that's part of like the mental health thing, to just make sure you get a chance.
I mean, I guess, man. I'm an entertainer, man. You know, that's what I do, is entertain. I don't mean to put people into my life, you know, but that's part of being an entertainer. You know, people, people want to be in. They want to see how you live and how you doing things and stuff like that. And it's unfortunate when, when people that you care about, you know what I'm saying, don't see it like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that's private. You know, I think that I call myself pretty private. You know, I don't believe that I put everything on social media. But when people think I put everything on social media, that's when I know that I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't put all the stuff on.
The stuff that you keep close to the vest.
Yeah, there's some things that I keep close, man. I don't put everything out there, man. And it's just, it's just wild, man. It's just wild how sometimes people think, man. You know what I'm saying?
The stuff that you are sharing, continue to share that. I know from an entrepreneurship perspective, you got your independent label. From a artist perspective, you're still releasing music, you're still touring, and then you also writing books. I think those are messages that I want to see the youth kind of aspire to. So keep that up.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It means a lot. You know, like I said, man. Sometimes people can make you feel like people listen. You could have some people in your corner that can make you feel terrible when you're doing the right thing for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like they don't want you to do something, but sometimes, when you do the right thing for you, man, some people don't understand that, and I wanted when it comes to this book, I wanted my whole identity, a whole separate identity away from Hi-Five. You know what I'm saying? I wanted my own thing, Treston Irby. Okay. That's what I wanted. Although Hi-Five is a big part of my life, I'm not trying, as you can, see, I did a book, but it's your life. I'm 48 years old, so I'm at that age where I look at life differently now. Whether it's late or early, whatever. But now where I'm at, I look at life different.
Yeah.
I look at it totally different. It's like, okay, I gotta set some things up. I gotta put some things in line. My kids are grown, but I still want my kids to be proud of me. I still want them them to be proud and say that's my dad, and love on me and be proud of the things that I'm doing, because daddy, my kids, I have to talk to my kids, that daddy had a hard one, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's all in the book. And I'm not saying that other people didn't have hard things, because everybody's story is different. Everybody got a story.
Everybody's story is different. Yeah.
But I just ask my people, like, be a little lenient, man, because the thing is just that you don't know how hard it is, man. just put yourself in my position. Do this right now. You got number ones, top tens, whatever. You did shows with the best of the best. You out there, you spending money, you making money, a little bit of money, but you happy with the little bit of money you making because you ain't know no better. Yeah, but you know, you're doing your thing, you living. Mm-hmm. And you love it, but you love it though. Mm-hmm. Then next thing you know it, the shit just stopped. Shit just stopped. Like you never had no job experience. Yeah. The only job you probably did was make sandwiches in the deli. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have no job experience or nothing. Then all that shit just stops. What you gonna do? What would you do?
That's tough.
You'd be right in your house just like that.
Yeah.
Shaking your head like
shaking and looking crazy.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're right.
Trying to figure it out, right? And then at the same time, right? When you figuring this stuff out, truth is popping in your head. Truth is popping in your head, but you ignoring your truth. It's steady popping in your head. Mm-hmm. But out of embarrassment, you don't want to go get a job, you know what I'm saying? And do things like that. You know, you just had a number one record. They still playing your record on BET. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get off of work and go see, you know, your record on BET. How you think? How would you feel if you had to do that? I discussed a whole bunch of things in the book. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a scenario that I'm saying. Like, what would you do? Yeah. What would you do? What would you do?
Don't know.
I mean, you
don't even know.
Yeah,
you don't even know. I can't even fathom it right now. Yeah. So I don't know.
And there lies the question. That's why they should go get the book Hiatus and see some of the choices that I made that once again is only, you know, God's mercy and grace to get me through a lot of that stuff. You know, I made some decisions that was cool. I made some decisions that wasn't cool. Mm-hmm. You know, but during that time period, I was cloudy, bro. My vision was cloudy. I couldn't see nothing. I didn't know nothing. I didn't have a sense of feel. I didn't have no feelings. Mm. You know what I'm saying? And I talked about this in the book, like with my kids' moms. Like I didn't have no feelings. And I was doing things that now I would never be that dude.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, I was young. I was 20, 21, you know, running amok, you know, saying things, being a certain way.
Yeah.
That when I look at those days, I know that wasn't me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know that wasn't me. I was just masking my hurt, doing things to mask my hurt and my disbelief and my embarrassment. Because I was more embarrassed than anything. You know? When you feel like your family, like you let your family down because they were so high up on you and loving you and speaking you up and all that. And then when you can't do nothing no more, and it's not, you know, and then you didn't set up for the future, you know what I'm saying? To be able to do something else, to be able to do other things. And this is why did the book. It's like, you know, I got HiFive back out there, you know. Now what I'm going to do with this second go round of my 5 minutes of fame, what I'm going to do with it.
You got to capitalize.
I'm going to do everything, all the stuff that I should have did before that I wasn't really paying attention because I was young and immature. This go round, I'm going to do all the things.
Yep.
And I'm coming after and get everything that's owed to me, that's for me.
Grab it.
No stone. We're not going to leave no stone unturned, and hey, we're going to go get it.
Well, yeah, we're going to go get it, man. And I'm sorry and offended by anybody who take offense to me going to get it, but I got to get it because I'm 48.
Yeah, you got to get it. I
got to get it, yo. I got to do it, and I got to do it now.
Okay. Well, you know what? Myself, I'm sure Barry will agree. We wish you nothing but success. And live your life, live your truth. And I tell you what, our channel and our audience and anyone else who just have a soul for anybody, any human, man, we all stand behind you and we're all rooting for you, and just keep pushing. And I tell you what, man, and that's
enjoy the race for this.
Enjoy the race.
You called it the second go round, and I'm paraphrasing, but nah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what you got in store. Yeah. For this once again, this second chance.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've become I don't know, it's just circumstance and happen chance, I guess. Divine intervention. We've become friends with everyone we've interviewed. So
that's good.
Don't be surprised if
we friends too, man.
Yeah, bro. Don't be surprised you get just a random text.
It's all good, bro, baby.
How you doing, bro?
We brothers in Christ, man.
Absolutely. But I can't let this go. I wrote this down. I can't not let this go. It's nothing bad.
It's all good.
But quality time video, right? Barry and I are members of fraternities. And that quality time video has some Kappas in it.
Kappas.
Yeah. If you decide to do something else and you video and put some signals in there. Put some signals in there.
No doubt. We're gonna switch it up this go round.
Yeah, switch it up. Put some signals in there. No, man,
especially the way y'all was wearing, they always had the boots and stuff. I'm like, look, man,
I didn't realize it back then.
Yeah,
but now being a member, I'm like, what?
Yeah, no hard feelings though. No hard feelings. We got you, man. Check this out. Message to the audience, guys. Once again, Hiatus, the Treston Irby story, Life in the 90s R&B group HiFive. Make sure you guys go check that out. You could go ahead and find it at all the little spots he told you. We got a link in the description. And if it's it's literally like about $5 on the Kindle. So there's different prices depending on if you want a paperback or a digital version. But if you're a fan of the music, it would be nice to hear what was going on behind the scenes from one of the prominent members of the group. So go ahead and check them out. I want to thank you for being a guest on the show. We're going to make sure everybody checks out your social media to keep up with you. Bill, look, I love how this went down. We're a fan of their music, but also this comes at the suggestion of the folks basically telling us who to reach out to interview. So what's a way that they could actually give us their 2 cents on who we should bring on next?
So they know what to do. Go to the comment section and leave your 2 cents. If you guys want to tell us who do you guys want us to interview next, please put it down in the comment section. And if you have any questions for Treston, whether it's about Hiatus, whether it's about how they may have a question about how to overcome their issues they're having, leave a comment and we'll get the question to him, or you can, hit up his email account, social media account.
Yeah, private person, but not really.
Yeah, we're all about helping everybody.
I have no problem doing that, man.
They're gonna hold your feet to the fire. And if
I could help one person, then I did my job, man. I did my job, because I just believe like this book, man, could take, people could take something from it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody go through some hard times, man. And even your boy Trust went through some hard times from HiFive. You know what I'm saying? Who had number one hits, man. Had to turn around and be a certain way, man, and had to do and did things to mask my hurt and my pain and my suffrage.
Yeah, and that's some of that is the contributions you talked about. When you talk about you don't really know like if you've left your lasting impact yet. I think this is kind of in line with that path. Yeah, so I think you're kind of in line with your future, man. I'm proud of you for that.
Yes, thank you, brother.
Definitely proud of you, and I'm proud that you guys continue to for the HiFive legacy to continue to push forward. So definitely for that too.
And then,
Thank you, brother.
Definitely. We're very appreciative.
No problem. And then, guys, if you want to keep up with us, our information's on the screen. Make sure you follow us to keep up to date with what we got going on. We're bringing these classic records you hear. We're bringing basically the singers who put their voices on the mic to basically bring them to you. So make sure you keep up with us there. Outside of that, guys, that's all that we got. Bill, you got anything to say?
Again, Treston, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for allowing me to use your platform to discuss the book Hiatus and all the other things. I pray that it was very entertaining and I was able to
man, we had a great time.
Questions and we had a good time.
We picked it up. We picked it back up from before.
Oh, yeah. We professionals, man. You know what I'm saying? We know how to turn it off and on, man.
Absolutely. That's all we have, man. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, everybody.
Yes, sir. All right.